Guys, my name is Sarah and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do something a little bit out of the ordinary for my channel. Today we're going to discuss a book review. I've read The Tattooist of Auschwitz and I wanted to, tell how I felt about the book. This is a more serious video. And we're going to talk about like a lot of heart-wrenching stuff, and it does contain spoilers in this video. So in the prologue, Lali is tattooing his future bride named Gita. Instantly he is like in love with her, and how beautiful is that? Like, you know this person like from seeing them, and you're just like, I want to marry her. It's so cute. In a bad situation. Really, really dark time in history. We're done with the prologue. We then see Lali in the train car going to Auschwitz. Two of these people scuffle in this cattle car, and one passes away from this scuffle. And like, he is chosen, when they get to Auschwitz, he is chosen to live. They're gonna force him, like all the others, into like hard labor and all this terrible stuff. And in the beginning it sounds like he is just like on the roof. His job is just to put things on the roof. And when we talk about, oh, it's so sad. We talk about Aaron, his bunkmate. He saved Lali from the death cart, and in his sacrifice, he has to pass away. He goes to the gas chambers and passes away. You know, you save one, you save all of these people. And even Aaron knew that there was something special about Lali. And when Lali comes to, he meets a guy named Papan. And he's the tattooist at this time. And Papan takes him under his wings, and they tattoo new prisoners. With Lali, he's always like, oh, I don't want to, tattoo the women or tattoo anyone. He doesn't want to do any of this, just like everybody else. They don't want to do this. I guess, like, he got so good at it that, sadly, I think when this young guy was rising up, Papan had to pass away. He had to be sent to the gas chambers, and, it was Lali's turn to be the tattooer. And then we meet the, like, kind of like Lali's kind of like, I don't want to say handler, or person that, takes Lali if he's going to go to Auschwitz or if he's going to go to Birkenau to tattoo the new people. And Beretsky, he likes to joke with Lali, and he's like, oh, the only thing a girl wants is this, and does all that nastiness. And for a second I thought Lali was going to get punished because he was smarting off to an SS officer. But that wasn't the case. Lali said, what would you do if someone talked to your sister like that? And I was like, oh, no. But then it all seemed to just fade out. And with him being the tattooer now, he is getting like special treatments. He's getting special, kind of like he's getting more food. There's my dog. He's getting more food, like a little bit more pieces of bread and soup, and he gets to stay in like his own little room. When he's tattooing more people, he says, I need an assistant, and they gave him another character named Leon. Leon helps him tattoo more people, and as time goes on, he meets like a father and son duo. Alright, so it's Yuri and Hector who bring things like sausage and chocolate, and of course this is like a no-go. And Lolly wants to pay for everything, so he's asking the ladies who work in Canada to bring him like diamonds or currency to help like pay for this stuff. And in like the middle of this, there's only like one name that just brought a chill to my spine, and I hate it. Like absolutely, like I could feel like my body just like shivering up. They talk about Dr. Joseph Mengele, and like this is like a whole more worry that he should be worried about. And he would be saying comments to Lolly like, I'll get you next, tattooer, and stuff like that. I was like, oh no. And even like Beretsky, he's like, oh, do you want to meet him? Like, I wouldn't meet him. No one would want to meet him. Lolly was looking at Dr. Mengele for like, I guess, they made like eye contact, and Mengele said something and took Leon away. Whew. And so we don't see him for like the next few chapters of the book. And in like the meantime, he's getting this stuff. Everyone's risking their lives, and like a lot of people know, but thankfully no one is like saying anything about these transactions between Canada, Lolly, and these two guys. But then like he's like knowing the date, and it's like, wow, I've been 2 years living here, and like not like a few pages later it's said that like his bed is flipped up, everything is discovered, and he's been sent to be tortured. They want the names of these people that did all this. And Lolly doesn't give it up, thank God. And Silka, Gita's friend, is taken forcefully to sleep with this like head Nazi guy in this camp, and she like saved Lolly from all the hardships, and he got his job back. And I'm gonna like tell you the rough, and then we're just gonna all come back to things that stuck out to me in the book. This is a hard video to make because you don't want to say things that are hurtful, and I don't want to be hurtful, and it's the source material, and it like happened so long ago. But if you don't remember things like this, history is bound to repeat itself. That's why you keep preaching what you believe in and what history has taught you. Pulls, I never asked you for anything. I've never once disobeyed your wishes. And then, like, the next page, Lolly gets his job back. Only he's being watched more. And we see all this terrible stuff happening left and right. Like, people are dying, and he meets these gypsies that he shares, like, I guess a block with, and we meet Nadia and the kids, and it's like a very cute, like, relationship between them, but nothing is, like, going on. Lolly is pretty much, like, sold on Gita the first time he met her. He wakes up one night and this block is, like, leaving, all the gypsies are, like, leaving into this car, and Lolly's like, you can stay here, I can do something for you. And she says, no, I go with my people. And the next shot, we see him tattoo the people, and he's noticing how, like, things are, like, changing, like, things are falling from, like, the gas chambers, and he just got really just sad and pissed. I would be too. If you made friends during this time and you know that they're gone. And then, like, Mengele is coming over and he's like, are you okay, tattooer? Just trying to, like, get under his skin. And we should mention that Leon is back, but he's so skinny, and, like, Mengele starved him, and Leon gets upset and, says that Mengele cut off his balls. Oh my gosh, that was so horrible. Like, to know and to research what this man was capable of doing to another person. Like, how can you do that to another person? Like, it's beyond me. Killing someone else or hurting someone else, torturing them, starving them, all these people are, it's sad. It's a sad thing. We get more into the book, and it's like they're pushing out people because, the Red Army is coming. The Russians liberate Auschwitz, and they take Gita and her friend Dana, on the death walk. And I was so upset. Like, I loved the relationship besides the relationship between Lolly and Gita, I loved the relationship between Gita, Silka, and, like, her friends, Dana, and I think it's Ivana or Ivanka. They kept themselves strong. That whole group just stay strong, just keep pushing, and that helped them all to survive, except for Gita and Lolly. Just like, you gotta stay alive, gotta, put your head down, do everything just to survive and stay alive. Lolly leaves on a train car to another concentration camp, and then he escapes. He escapes from them, and then soon, it's like, he can't catch a break. No one can catch a break. He gets captured by the Russians, and since Lolly speaks so many different languages, he can, like, get, I guess, these girls to come up to this, I don't want to say, like, mansion, or, like, kind of like a house, to, like, entertain all these Russian guys. Then he escapes from them too. He escapes and he goes to the train station, and there's these little pieces of humanity in this book. Like when Lolly gives sausage or chocolate or extra food to these blocks where he's been to. And at the train station, the guy gives Lolly his lunch and his thermos. And upon arriving home in Slovakia, he meets his sister Goldie, and he discovers that his parents were taken away not too long ago from him leaving. And his brother joined the resistance, or the Russian army, and he was sadly killed. She met a Russian man, she married him, and she took his last name of Sokolov, and from that, Lolly also took his name. So, the ending, it was sad, but it was so beautiful. It's like if the world just stood still for just that time. He bought this cart with this horse just to find Gita, and when he finally does, it's like just everything stood still. It was perfect. Now, quite, I just went like all over the place. At the end, they describe how they lived, that Silka sadly was, I guess they said she was like conspiring with the Nazis, and I was having a conversation with my mom about this. I said, what if anyone was in this situation where it was a live or a die thing? What would you do? If she would have refused, she would be dead. There's no question. And sadly, Dana was lost in the snow, and she died. One of the things in the book was that they looked at Lolly and said, "Oh, you're the captain of this. You're gonna make a soccer team of prisoners." And he made this team, like, there was like some like semi-pro, like really kind of like good built guys to do the soccer game. And they were actually winning, and Lolly was smart. He said, okay, if these SS officers lose, everyone is gonna lose. You can't humiliate people like that. The SS and expect to be alive. So he says, okay, we have to lose. And even at the end, like, that was a good choice, tattooer. And one part that stuck out to me was how it was so sad. You lived this hell for so long, and then you see a American airplane fly over the head, and they are all like, get the gas chambers and stuff like that, and then it just flies away. Like, your only hope of being liberated had just flown away. Everything that you wanted, you want that freedom, you want to feel like the birds, you want to feel that free, that you can get away from this hell. And it never came back. Nothing happened. There was no one coming. And this is a great book. I really like that book. So if you have the opportunity to check it out, please check out The Tattooer of Auschwitz. I really enjoyed it. And I know there's a sequel to it, so I'll be reading that too. And like in the back of the book, Heather Morris writes that Lolly didn't know this, But when his parents came to Auschwitz, they were sadly taken away and killed. They didn't have, they didn't work. They just went right back to it. They were just killed. So yes, please read this book. It's also apparent that Beretsky and Lolly kind of have like I would not want to call it like a relationship. It's more like I guess like a partnership. And Lolly is like talking to him, and it's kind of like Beretsky kind of reminded Lolly of who he's just like dealing with or something. And as they were walking, they see like these three people sitting down just taking a break, and Beretsky just shoots them. It just reminds Lolly that this guy, no matter how the relationship is, you can never trust him. Never. And then Beretsky, at one point in the book, he's like, "Oh, Lolly, you're like my brother." I read that part and I was like, there's no way. You're a murderous, evil bastard. There's no way. Alright, thank you so much for watching this lackluster review. I did like the book. It's one to read. Thank you. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And read these kind of books. And like Diary of the Anne Frank, when you're old enough, watch Schindler's List. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.